Jacobs will take a lane right in the middle between Anthony and Noah Lyles. So the other athletes in this that it's hard to see with the lights all being down. Jeremiah Azu, the former world indoor champion for Great Britain, going in lane 9. Ferdinand Omanyala will go in lane 8. Sembine will be in 7. Then we've got Lyles will be in 6. Jacobs right in the middle in lane 5. Then Jordan Anthony, brilliant young American talent, is going to be in lane 4. Tebogo is going to be in 3. Then we've got Akim Blake in 2 and Emmanuel Eseme over on the far side in lane 1. The lights come on. The crowd now can focus on what promises to be a brilliant 100 meters. So what about the form? Well, the form tells you at the moment that Lyles might not necessarily have this all his own way. We never know quite what you're going to get from Lyles at the 100 meters. He is just so consistent, though. You might start to think others are running quicker, and he knows himself. He's talked about his training's gone well, but he's kind of in this training partner of his. It sounds like they're very, very well matched. Indoors, let's not forget, Anthony beat him over 60 meters and then went to the World Indoors. Lyles didn't go to the World Indoors, but Anthony did, and then he opened it with a couple of 991s. He's run a close to 20 seconds at 200, so his strength is there as well. So is he going to beat Lyles here? And his 4th World 200-meter title in Tokyo. And the crowd, the expectation for Jacobs, I do feel sorry for him at times. He's unbelievable performance at the Olympic Games, World Champs, and he bounced back pretty well, didn't he? Even in Paris, a lot of people would have completely written him off, got into the top 5 there. He started the season with a 10.01 clocking, although that was with a pretty good following win, plus 2.7 in Sirona. So not easy to see him getting amongst it here, but he's been given a middle lane. He plays the game, Hannah, well, doesn't he? He's playing the crowd and waving and everything. I mean, he must know deep down, I'm going to struggle to hang on to these guys here.
I think Jacobs, he's got to be in that phase of his career where he's happy to soak up the moment and be a part of this moment. I think he will have aspirations as the season progresses, but I love the Italian getting the middle lane. Perhaps it was necessary to split Lyles and Anthony, just give them a bit of space to breathe away from each other, but I don't know, this could be really tight between Anthony and Lyles. I think it was all laughs and smiles indoors when Anthony won, but it will not be the same situation if he turns the tables on Noah Lyles at a Diamond League.
I agree. So the last 2 Olympic champions at 100 metres, side by side in lanes 5 and 6. The new world indoor champion on the other side of Jacobs in lane 4. Then you add the great 200-metre champion, Tebogo, in lane 3. Closest to the camera, Azu of Great Britain, former world indoor champion. So the last 2 world indoor champions, the last 2 Olympic champions. Great racing prospect. So Azu in 9, then Omanyala, Sabine, Lyles in 6, Jacobs in 5, Anthony in 4, Tebogo in 3, Blake in 2, and Eseme in lane 1. Men's 100 metres, last event. Jacobs got a good start, not because Anthony, no, Anthony's absolutely flying, and Anthony's got this at the moment. Jacobs trying to get there, but here comes Lyles. Lyles is charging, and Lyles gets it! 9:88. Normal service is resumed. Still the king, still the master, still the man to beat. Still the best in his training group, most importantly. That young man will get better, that young man will improve, but still got a lot to learn. Jacobs got out well, you have to say he performed pretty well. It was others who've ended up getting 2nd and 3rd, and Semi and Tebogo all ran through the others after Anthony and Jacobs had got out well. But 9:88, that's a pretty good marker, isn't it, for Noah Lyles? I was looking for him and I was going to kind of go, Lyles is coming, but he wasn't, and then all of a sudden he was. That's what he does in the 100, isn't it? Yeah, but he had a good enough start, but once he got really moving, that last 30 metres, so impressive.
Well, that's how we won the Olympic Games. You come down to that crunch last 20 metres, everyone else tightens up. Noah Lyles just comes into his own. And I think that is his game plan, isn't it? Get a good enough start, be close enough, and then know that you're going to be able to withstand that pressure. And Anthony...
The men's 100-meter race in Rome was headlined by the highly anticipated showdown between Noah Lyles and rising American star Jordan Anthony. Coming into the race, many believed Lyles would face a serious challenge, as Anthony had been showing outstanding form and had already defeated him over shorter sprint distances indoors. As a result, attention was focused not only on the world's leading sprinter but also on one of the brightest young talents in American track and field. The race unfolded exactly as many expected. Jordan Anthony exploded out of the blocks and immediately established himself as a contender. Marcell Jacobs also produced a strong start and looked competitive in front of his home crowd during the early stages. Meanwhile, Noah Lyles was not leading and appeared slightly behind the front-runners through the opening meters. However, this is where Lyles demonstrated what makes him one of the most dangerous sprinters in the world. Unlike many athletes who rely heavily on their start and acceleration phase, Lyles builds his race around top-end speed and his ability to remain relaxed under pressure. As other athletes began to lose momentum, Lyles was only beginning to reach his maximum velocity. The decisive phase came between 60 and 100 meters. Lyles produced a devastating finishing surge, rapidly closing the gap and overtaking the field in the final meters. His mechanics remained smooth and efficient, while several of his rivals tightened up as the intensity of the race increased. His winning time of 9.88 seconds sends a strong message for the remainder of the season. The performance confirmed that Noah Lyles remains the benchmark in global sprinting and the athlete everyone must beat on the biggest stages. Even without a perfect start, his superior top speed and exceptional closing ability allow him to turn races in his favor. Jordan Anthony also leaves Rome with plenty of positives. The young American showed that he has the speed and talent to challenge the world's best, particularly during the opening phases of the race. However, the difference between an emerging talent and an established champion was evident over the final 30 meters, where Lyles' experience, composure, and speed endurance ultimately made the difference.